good.
Yeah. What was the whole diatribe?
We had the opening, we sing the song, and then we're going to have it segue into a conversation.
Oh, for Hunger Games. Mockingjay.
Which we saw tonight. And we were just talking how sometimes it seems fairly obvious to fight the power, but it can often have serious results that you didn't intend.
Yeah, well, I was like, so Pita is like obviously a puppet for the capital, but like what he was saying was like not that like terrible or whatever. It's like, yeah, are you prepared to like sacrifice a shitload of lives? Like, that's just the way it's gonna go down. Like, and then, but at the same time, it's like, well, this has to end, and I don't know. I don't have the best answer, but this is...
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's interesting, like, one thing I wish I knew more in the movie, and throughout the series, I wish I knew more about the president. They don't tell us much about his past, or give him much of a character. And to me, that's one way that it didn't quite relate to real life as much as...
Well... It's like V for Vendetta or whatever, you know, it's like it's very like...
But, if you recall, he has a granddaughter about Princey.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Yeah, so that was brought up heavily in the second movie.
Yeah, right, it was all about...
With hair braiding her hair like Katniss. And you notice that. This doesn't fit the theme.
Yeah, like something's gonna tragically happen to the daughter, or like where did the daughter come from?
Unites, like, yeah, if he experiences tragedy in his own personal life, perhaps he can learn empathy, because that's the thing missing. Like, he's not really human, he doesn't have empathy.
And they were pounding the shit out of those white flowers. Was that on another level that I didn't understand, or was it just like, just so you know, we know where you are?
Yeah.
I don't understand what that was. Like, right at the beginning, she has this whole, like, this white flower thing, and then it like segues to the like on his desk, and I was like, is there something I missed from previous ones where he's like, if you ever get a white flower from me, that means you're dead?
I'm trying to remember if maybe, well, they mentioned that earlier later that he wears the white flower with the perfume. I think in another movie, yeah, so I think that in the second movie, he gave her a white flower at some point, but I can't remember the context. It's just a symbol, though, you know.
So I struggle with this part, like...
Did you like your snack, by the way?
Oh, it was what do you mean? Well, how would I not like the greatest snack in the world? Ever. It wasn't in the world, it just was ever. There's probably a better snack out there, but I've never had one better.
So you did think it was pretty good?
Yeah, I fucking love sesame seed
coconut
butter.
oil. There was coconut oil and then sesame seed butter. No, sunflower seed butter.
Sunflower seed butter.
Sunflowers are the best.
And then also oil? Just to fucking kick it up a notch?
I fried the bread.
No, the bread toasted was good. I didn't know it was fried.
It was fried in that pan. That's what I was doing. Were you paying attention to me at all?
No.
You never listen. And no, I was sauteing the bread, if you will, in coconut oil, and then smothering it with sunflower seed butter. That's how you make the best snack.
It was good. Damn good. Well, I've been dreaming about that sunflower seed butter. And then you just took it to another level with the...
I have to admit, I didn't invent it.
Grilled.
My friend Anthony, who has come over in the morning to work out a couple times, to run, and then...
Do I know this same Anthony that works out, or is this a different Anthony?
No, this is...
Oh, okay.
Anthony.
I was like, why would you refer to him as a friend? I know this guy.
No, a different Anthony. And then he was making breakfast for me while I was getting ready for work. I mean, also he was making breakfast for himself. You know.
So he purchased the sunflower?
No, I just showed him like these are the ingredients that I have.
Oh,
like,
Yes.
make something. And that's what he made. And
Well,
then
he
I was
nailed
like,
it.
oh my god, my life will never be the same. So, the recipe I didn't make up, even though, I'm sure other people have thought of it.
I'm fucking sure of it. There's something you need to know. Anything you say can be said. Anything you do can be done. Okay?
Feel free on that. And if you need to add more, there's more.
Well, there's a big part that's missing, which is that she fucking shot an arrow at a fucking futuristic space destroyer bomber plane.
Yeah.
And not only fucking blew it out of the sky, like fucking
And then made it hit
the other one.
I know.
And I was like, obviously, and then like that makes no fucking sense. But that red arrow, futuristic technology. Who knows
Yeah,
what the fuck it
because
does?
I mean, he couldn't even. She wanted to shoot it earlier, and he told him not to do it indoors. So obviously, because it would have blown up perhaps their whole room.
Well, yes.
Right. Well,
Now,
at that point, we didn't know.
What I want to know
But then,
is,
so I wasn't as surprised later on.
the second guy was doing something, right? There was two of them. Did he shoot nothing, and she shot them both?
No, she actually just shot one, and then it careened into the other one.
And he shot the other one?
No, he just sat there.
What was he doing?
He just stood there.
He opened the door for her to
Supporting
get
her.
out and show her. Okay.
Yeah. Just doing man things. I don't know what you guys do. You just stand around while we do
This is an
miraculous
interesting
things.
conversation. I see what's happening here. Yeah, Katniss is a badass. And I struggled with that throughout the movie. At the beginning, I was like, she's kind of a joke. This is a jokey movie about a silly character. And then she would do something crazy, and I'd be like, well, that's just stupid. She has no reason to be doing that. And then I was like, hold on a second. We need to buy into this world where Katniss can do anything the fuck she wants.
Yeah.
And she's badass. And once I made that leap, I was like, oh, this isn't ridiculous. She can shoot things out of the sky.
Some things that I thought about that were more like my mind going into dreamland a little because it was too intense was thinking about, so Lord of the Rings sometimes gets made fun of, like Frodo gets made fun of a lot because like all he ever does is just walk around and fall over and the whole movie is just, that's the movie, you know that show.
Yes.
So then I was thinking about Katniss, and like, all she ever really does is just sit there staring off into space with a really blank look. Like, that's her signature thing.
I mean, Woody broke it down. Whatever his character's name is, he's like, hey, has she ever said anything interesting?
Who's
No.
Woody?
Woody Harrelson, I don't know what his name is in the movie. He's like he's a champion from before, he's like a coach.
Oh.
You know, he's like, has she ever said anything interesting? No. She doesn't ever do anything, or whatever. Inspiring. People don't like her. She's what her actions are like.
Yeah.
So she's turned into space. But she's also a badass.
I don't know, it's just like quite a few of those scenes.
Yeah.
Just the super
I got in
introspective
and out of it.
scenes.
I walked in and out of, like, what's it called?
Being immersed in it and then being separate, like
There's,
outside of the reality.
Yeah.
You're a dimension traveler. It's kind of like our life is, like, if you consider our life a movie, sometimes we can, like, step back and remember, oh, okay, we're just watching a movie here. Like, oh, okay, we're just living as humans here. And then other times we immerse ourselves in it and almost forget.
Dimension travel.
Uh-huh. No, that's what you did, too.
That's what I do?
Yeah. That's what you just said you did in the movie. You went in and out.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. To different dimensions.
I agree with you. Just don't fucking rush me.
Girl, I just I was really freaked out at the end with PETA, though. I don't
Well,
know
you
why.
you knew you were gonna. It was a big setup. Like when it was like his back to
I know,
you, and
yeah.
like he obviously looked like something was like affecting his body, and you're like, well, something's gonna be weird here. Like, there's gonna be this great, crazy turnaround moment. He's gonna be like all crazy looking, or the other thing that happened that I didn't think of.
I
is
didn't.
He would
I didn't
try to
expect
kill
that,
Katniss.
but I mean, it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, it freaked me out. Like when they were storming that place, though, when they were storming the dungeon and seeing all the weird tubes and vials
Yeah.
and stuff. Like that's where
One of the guys
that's
like,
where
what is this shit?
Yeah, that's where I started feeling.
Or what
really,
is this place?
Really uncomfortable. And then
And I
they
was,
were, like,
well, that's when I was
through.
like, oh my god, they walked into aliens. I was like, this movie's just like.
Oh, that you literally thought of aliens?
Yeah.
You didn't think like, oh, this is a torture chamber of weird creatures?
No, it was well, that's
'Cause
well,
that's
part
where
of
I
that is
instantly went.
aliens too. Like they whatever manipulate the body and stuff.
Oh, I think aliens are probably pretty friendly. I
No,
don't think they do
Aliens the
that to
movie.
us. Oh.
So they like do science experiments on like. Sorry.
Oh. No, I just think it's funny. This is still on tape.
I hope so.
Okay. Yes, I know what you mean now. But all those movies like that portray aliens as bad.
Oh.
They might be nice.
When they were coming down the immunity tower, whatever the hell it was called, Infinity Tower.
I can't remember.
Okay, but when they were coming down, and they were like in like shape or form, and just like I don't know if that was CG. I'm pretty sure maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But I feel like humans can do that. I was like, I want to slide down a ripcord or whatever that's called line. You're shaking your head. Are you agreeing with me, or are you trying to keep up with what I'm saying?
Oh.
Okay. But that would be badass. Like they were moving in like perfect motion, just like
Wait.
down this like
When? I thought you meant
down
when.
the rope when they like right before they got into that room with all that crazy shit because they were breaking in.
When they were dropped out of
Yeah.
the plane.
And they were
on
just
their
coming
cords.
down the ropes,
Okay. Yes,
and they were
yes,
just
yes,
like
yes,
all
yes.
like, and like
Yes,
each one was like
yes.
facing out or whatever, and they were all like traveling at the same speed.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
that can be done. You can do that.
They did.
I don't know how much is real in CG or whatever. But
Oh, you don't think that they maybe could have filmed that?
Yeah, I think so. And I like canyons. And
People do that. That's why people. I mean, humans do so much that like sometimes we see movies and we think, yeah, that's just special effects. But I watched a TED Talk the other day of a guy that has just these airplane wings.
Oh yeah, don't get it.
Attached
That's
to his
crazy.
body, and they weigh the same amount as he weighs, and then it also has a jetpack on it. So people invented jetpacks, and he flew through the Grand Canyon on a jetpack, and he crossed the English Channel on a jetpack. This is the world we live in.
What? When you started that story, it still sounded dumb. Because you were like, this guy has like wings the size of his arms and whatever. And I was like, okay, this guy's a lunatic. Like he likes to go hang out downtown, and he thinks he can fly, and like whatever. And then he has a jetpack, which doesn't make me fucking listen anymore. And I'm just like, what? What are you talking about? He flew through the Grand Canyon?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And like, so he controls the plane by just like moving his like spine in different ways, so he can go up or like down and then kind of side to side. But the wings themselves don't do anything. He wanted it to be as much like just got him feeling like he's flying like a bird.
Yeah. You ever been to the Grand Canyon?
No, I didn't even get a chance to go, and I was right there. My sister never took me. I guess, she had a baby, so, and she was really pregnant before that.
Then that's fine. It's, not going that I know
Were you afraid of the Grand Canyon?
of. No.
Or is that not considered a height if it's actually below the level of the rest of the land? still on like normal level.
Oh, right.
Like
sure.
if you were looking over the edge of something like a cut out, would that?
You've been to Zion?
No, I haven't been anywhere cool.
I can't really remember the name
Southwest.
of the peak, but you kind of, you drive into like a canyon, so you're at the bottom, and there's all different kinds of choices of hikes to go to. And one of them, you kind of like whatever, switch back up towards like the regular land, but it kind of goes out on this like narrow, and then there's a column of sorts. It's still connected to the land, but it's a pretty column. It's just like
Yeah.
6,000 feet up, just straight up. And I hiked out there, no problem. And like I did this whole like, kind of like on my shoulders and kind of just laid back for a while. And then like did the opposite, like laying on my front, like just staring down. And it was all cool.
Yeah.
But then that night when I went to bed, I was falling.
Oh wow.
Like it was all like I could see like what I think I have, like I'm looking at it, but like my mind's just not processing it. It's like taking in this just like crazy straight down. My mind's like, yeah.
Do you think that?
Somebody died there like a month before I hiked it, on the part that like goes between.
Do you think that you once died from falling, and then that's why that fear carried on into this life?
I think that I only think that might be a possibility because I can visualize falling without ever doing it, without having done that much of a fall. But when I think about a fear, I can be like, have that feeling.
Right.
So maybe.
So that memory too.
Yeah.
So part of that, it's crazy.
So maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but maybe.
But yeah, back to the movie. Definitely started feeling anxious and queasy about PETA when they were looking at sort of the torture chamber thing. And then it just kept getting worse and worse because you're like, you want to see him, but you're also like, I don't know if I want to see this. And then you saw it and it was so bad. And it was worse than you expected. I just mean like, I just really don't do well with that. Like, with the whole brainwashing thing, brainwashing people.
Well, it's a movie, right?
Yeah, but I also know that that's real. And that's why I think things that scare me the most in movies are things that are actually kind of real. So I don't know. Then I just
They took it too far.
it got pretty far. I wouldn't say too far.
Look, at the beginning, did you want to finish? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No.
That's all you want to say? I wouldn't say too far. But
I don't know. I was gonna kind of make it up as I went, but. Well, I know I'm probably a more sensitive viewer. I'm probably one of the most sensitive viewers. Maybe not the most. But as far as like letting a movie like relate to the rest of the world, I don't know. Like maybe more people do that than I think.
it was
On a
pretty
conscious
powerful,
level,
I
yeah.
thought. I mean,
Yeah.
this whole Monsanto situation is, I don't know, controlling government, whatever. I listened to this whole talk about how we didn't win, nobody won the Cold War. Like we like to say, like we outbought. Like our big whole thing is like we pushed the arms race so far that Russia couldn't compete and their economy crumbled. But we didn't actually win. So yes, they died at that point. But then we never dismantled our military-industrial complex, and now we face the same exact peril.
Yeah.
Even worse so, because we have this whole propaganda about the totalitarian state and about how there's all these things. So to wrap it up, that's exactly what the capital is, and so that just gets my mind blowing up.
Yeah.
It's like, But yes, no, maybe, but we can't break the system, but fuck the system, but you can't go along with it.
Yeah, it's totally like our world. And that, I like that a little bit more. I can get on board with that, like, it's relating to our times, like, the global perspective, things that are going on. That's what's, like, related to something, like, there are individuals in this world, like, being treated that way and going through this. And that's, like, a real thing that can happen to our brains. I can't even, like, I can't even understand it.
I know. I know you're hung up at the end. I just want to say, there was like 45 switchbacks in this movie. It was crazy. Like, at one point it was comical. And another point it was like serious. Another point was like, what the hell is fucking going on? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You like switched back 3 times on me. Like when they shot down that thing, and then there was all that hospital. I was like, wait a second, I was so excited about this. Like, you killed him, and I was like, wait a second, so many people are dying.
You didn't expect that, though?
I don't know what to think.
I think I expected it to be dark, like, even from the beginning,
No.
when the president...
I thought it was going to be a straight run-in, take over the Capitol, and a big parade.
No, I thought it was going to be a big deal because in the president's speech, when he said, if anyone is caught, like, with any...
Oh, the marriages.
Anything resembling the Mockingjay, they'll be killed,
Mockingjay.
or whatever. And then his granddaughter unbraided her hair as she was standing in line. And I'm like...
That's when you knew?
Well, that's when I'm like, oh shit, like, his granddaughter is worried about being killed.
Oh.
By, like...
Okay, yeah.
So then, to me, that was like, oh, this is gonna be, like, I don't know, I believed him, I guess.
And then he's like, I never fucking go in scene. Now I'm telling everybody to shut the fuck up or I'm gonna blow your ass up.
Yeah. So that, and then that his granddaughter would actually believe him and get scared. I was like, yeah, shit, she's scared, I'm scared. It's gonna be one intense movie. So I was a little bit maybe more prepared.
You were prepared.
For some of that social conflict, but as I said earlier, I was not prepared.
You will never be prepared for the end.
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't see movies like that. But I'm probably gonna be fine.
I hope you're gonna be fine.
Because I don't think, like, even if they, and it just bothers me a little bit too, like, in the next movie, are they gonna have him completely, fully recover from that kind of thing and just be back to normal and be fine? But that doesn't really seem like a good thing to do. Like, that's not realistic, and then that creates a whole idea about, like, I don't know, post-traumatic stress. I don't know, they can get over it. Because this guy in this movie did. Or is he gonna be full, like, is he gonna be crazy forever?
Do you want to talk about it, or you just want to just vent?
No, I don't really want to vent, but you know what I'd actually really like to see in this series? Obviously, a happy ending where peace is reached.
That's
on
impossible.
That broad level.
Have you not seen The Matrix?
I have.
It's just like that.
That ended fine.
Yeah, I know. That's how it always has to end, with no more.
Well, I think Katniss is gonna die. I think for me to like this series, she has to die. But, I mean, I love her, but I think that would...
And then Pete is back.
I don't know. Maybe they both die. Maybe they both actually eat the berries together or something. I don't know. But... I don't know what I think needs to happen to Peeta. I don't want to think about Peeta right now. But I want Katniss to die.
Well,
Not sure why, but I am, like, sacrificing herself and then...
Why is her sister like a mute? I don't get it, but whatever. Did she even say a word? Did we know that? Is she a mute? What's the deal?
I'm not being, like, politically correct.
What?
I don't know. Mute? Is that the
A person that can't talk?
I know.
What I don't know. What is a person that can't talk called?
I don't know.
Well, can her sister not talk? That's all I'm saying.
I heard her talking. She talked about the cat. She screamed when she saved the cat. She's like, "Don't leave it."
Oh yeah,
I couldn't live with myself. But that was probably the only time. You're right. I don't know. I just didn't want to offend any mutes. Just shouting about them.
In the vicinity of this fucking bedroom.
You never know what they could be hiding.
Guess that's all I have on all of that. That's just a fucking mindfuck. That's all I have to say on closing. If I had to make a closing statement.
Well, did you have? How did it make you feel? Like, how are you going on in your life with this experience? How did it change you?
Yeah, I didn't have the same
or maybe not
ill
change
effect
you.
at the end that you had.
Okay.
You know, I just was like, it was a plot twist, you know, not to belittle it. I was like, yeah, that's fucking crazy. And everything's getting crazier by the second. But I didn't like take it as like, oh my god, people can fuck up people's brains.
Okay.
So, I enjoyed the movie. I just got my ass kicked. Like every like 5 minutes I was like, oh my god, this is happening? What's going on?
Yeah.
And it was like people got shot in the head and like
mental
illness. It was like graphic, like not like bloody graphic, but like.
Well, okay, here at the
just like,
start. Did you not
like,
know this was all coming? Because remember at the very start when they had the hoods on?
That part. That's, yeah.
That was pretty early on.
That was very graphic.
Yeah.
That's when I lost my shit.
Yeah, that was, and we were still pretty high.
Were just like.
Because then, like, how they showed it too and how they fell.
Yeah.
Like, was really.
I was like, it just jarred the shit out of me.
Is this rated R?
Yeah, R's not. You didn't let me know that was gonna happen. I didn't.
Is it?
Probably not. They don't
it
want
probably
those.
isn't, but like that is so much to see for kids.
It was tough to see for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I want a warning. You're gonna see an execution.
That's not good.
Okay,
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Oh, it was hard. That was hard. For sure. Took me like another half an hour to recover.
I forgot about that, but now I remember it.
I remember I had to subside my feelings and I was like, wait, that didn't bother everybody?
No, I noticed, I think we both reacted, or at least you reacted outwardly and I just felt it. But, I don't know.
That's when I had to like, how fucking high am I? That fucking was rough. But I was pretty high. That's how you gotta do it. Just so you know. So you know, like, you gotta plan for the 2-hour experience.
Yeah.
It didn't even seem like that long.
No, it seemed like it went by really fast.
It did. I was like, holy god. It was so just, everything was happening.
I mean, I think there are definitely, obviously there would be some critiques. But nothing.
Oh yeah? You have a critique?
Don't just show them. Well, just a little bit with like
I won't
some of the
show it
acting
at you.
things.
You can just talk.
No, it's fine. I got used to it. Unless you want to do the scenery shots. I felt like there were in general like some acting things that weren't completely viable, but maybe the script was just a little bit similar. Or not necessarily similar, but